Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve our skillrack daily challenge using Python programming language. Before going to logic, if you didn't subscribe to our channel, then subscribe right now and make our work more meaningful.
Let us solve today's DC using Python programming language. Given a Java code, our task is to convert given Java code to Python. So, in the problem they are given a Java code, our task is to convert the given Java code to Python. So, this is the given Java code. Here we are importing the necessary in Java. Import java.util.asterisk and java.util.stream.collectors. This is our public class hello, and this is the main function, and we are getting the input from the user by using scanner se equal to new.scannersystem.in, and we are declaring a set containing which is integers named numset, which is equal to new tree set. So it is a tree set storing integers. So the advantage of a tree set is it does not contain it it do not contain any duplicate elements, and the elements will be in sorted order. So this is the advantage of tree set. It do not contain any duplicate elements. The elements will be in sorted order. So the num set is a tree set here, and here we are running a while loop. This while loop runs until we are getting input from the user. So this loop runs infinite times. And here we are declaring a list of integers inside the while loop. So list of So here the num list, which is equal to array.stream dot next line dot trim dot split and map dot integer of value of collectors dot to list. So we are getting the input and storing it in stream and converting it to the integer. So for example, if the numbers are 1 2 3 4 5 means it is in the form of string. First we are splitting them using a space and mapping them, that is converting them to integer. So it will be in the form of 1 2 3 4 and 5. So after converting, and finally we are converting these numbers to the list. So this will be stored as 1 2 3 4 5 in list format. So dot collect collectors dot to list. So it will be formed as a list 1 2 3 4 and 5. So this is the num list, and after converting it as list, this is nothing but for converting list se.nextline.trim.split dot map dot collect we are using. Now after converting to the list, we are adding the num list to the num set by using add all function. Finally, we are printing the num set. Now let us consider our test case for better understanding. So this is the given test case. In this, they are not given this many lines of input, so input will be infinite. For that only we are using while loop which runs infinite times. So let us have a variable called numset which is equal to an empty list and num list. So let us copy the first line and num list which is equal to list of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is not the proper syntax as I am explaining the test case. I'm just using this. So this is the first line of the input. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the advantage of tree set is it does not contain any duplicate element and the elements will be in sorted order. So inside the num set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be stored and they are in sorted order. So let us consider the second line. So 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, 5. Now let us add all these elements inside the num list. So let us copy and paste 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. So here we can see the 2 is repeated 2 times here. So let us delete. 3 also repeated. 5 also repeated. 4 also repeated. 2 also repeated. At last 5 also repeated. So the num set will be in this format and they are in sorted order. So let us consider our third line. So let us add this to the num set. 2 is repeated, 1 is also repeated, 4 is also repeated, 5 is also repeated and 4, 1 and 2 is also repeated, 5 and 4 are also repeated. So 8 is not repeated, so 8 remains in the num set. So they are also in sorted order. This is the advantage of tree set. Now let us consider our last line of input 2, 6, 8, 4, 9, 2, 4, 3, 0. Now let us add these elements to the list. So 2 is repeated, 6 is not repeated, so it remains there. 8 is repeated, 4 is repeated, 9 is not repeated, 2 and 4 is repeated, 3 is repeated and 0 is not repeated, so it remains there. So here we can see that num set containing numbers. So but they are unique values, but they are not in sorted order. So the advantage of tree set is it does not contain duplicate element and the elements will be in sorted order. So let us sort this num set. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 and 9. So this is our num set and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. This will be our required output. Now let us implement our logic using Python 3. This is our code and here we are passing the integer list into the import integer list class and integer list containing a list of integers as num list. So after that we are getting the query as input. If the query type is 1 means we are just passing the left right val to the method called update range in the num list. Elif if the query type is 2 means we are just passing the left and right to the method called getSum. So our task is to initialize this class and two methods update range and getSum. So let us code. First class integer list def initialize. Let us pass the arguments as self and num list. So inside this self dot num list equal to num list. Now we are passing the list of integers as argument. So here we have to explain the update range method and get some method. So def update range self comma left comma right comma val. So in this method we have to add the val to the left to right of the numbers in the num list. So let us have a for loop here for index in range. So here left and right represents the position. So for index we are doing left to -1 because left is representing the position. For index we are doing left to -1 comma right. So inside this for loop self dot num list of index plus equal to val. So we are updating the numbers in the num list and returning it. So another method, so def get sum. So inside this method we will be passing self comma left comma right. So in this method we have to return the sum of left and right of the num list. So sum of self dot num list of left -1 for getting the position, so -1 to right. So this is the method get sum and this is our required code.